Hello, my wonderful fourth grade friends. I wanted to show you how to find lines of symmetry with polygons. If you join this video, if you're watching this video, I am going to do a Google Meet with lines of symmetry because it's not a hard concept, but it's one of those things you kind of have to touch and feel things in order to see it. So I'm going to do a Google Meet at 1 o'clock on Wednesday, depending on when you're watching this video. I'm doing it on Wednesday. If you missed the Google Meet, it is always recorded and it will be placed on the Google Classroom stream. So make sure that you always check the Google Classroom stream to see if you missed any of the Google Meets, because I always record them because I know not everyone can join at those times. Okay, so finding lines of symmetry. Lines of symmetry basically means if one side matches the other. So if you look at my face, sorry, it's end of the day, so you may not want to look at my face at the end of the day here. If I drew a line right down the middle, had an imaginary line, this side of my face should match this side of my face. I have an eyebrow on this side, and then an eyebrow that matches pretty close on that side, an eye on this side, so it's symmetrical over here, and the same thing with my nose and my mouth. Now, not everyone's face is perfectly symmetrical. I think scientists say that the most beautiful people in the world have a very symmetrical face. Like this side matches that side perfectly. If you go to the Google Meet, we're going to do a pretty fun activity with seeing if different celebrities have symmetry to their face. So it's something you're not going to want to miss. Just to let you know that. So with shapes, you're imagining if there's an imaginary line, a line down the middle of the shape where one side matches the other. And we have to figure out how many lines of symmetry there are in a polygon. Okay, so I'm going to show you first because it's easier to see it. I'm trying to find a good little straight edge thing, but I don't think I'm going to have one. We're going to do it first with our trapezoid here. Okay, so let's see first if there would be a line of symmetry right here. So imagine I have a line right here. If I were to fold the top of that trapezoid down, would it match perfectly over the bottom? It has to have a mustache. It would not. I don't mean to do that. That's all I can see. The top part would not, it is not the same pattern as the bottom, so it would not fold over top. So that is not a line of symmetry. Okay, if I were to do corner to corner, it doesn't look like those two are a match either. What about this way? If I drew a line right there, looks like the one over here is symmetric to the one on that side. Yes, so there'd be one line of symmetry in this trapezoid right down the middle. If you join my Google Meet, I am going to show you symmetry using paper. And if you have paper with you, you can do the symmetry with me. Okay, let me try another one. Try to see if I had a better straight edge. Okay, so we have this equilateral triangle. So let's do this vertex at the top to the bottom. It looks like if I were to draw a line right down the middle, that this side would match that side. Can you tell? Wish my finger was skinnier. Let's see, move the charger. So it'd be a bright, that's not going to work either. Okay, we're just going to have to use our imaginations a little bit. So if I were to draw a line right down the middle, this side would match that side. Now if you're thinking, okay, only one line, this side right here, I could do the same thing from that corner to that, and that side would match that one. And then this side to that side. So those two would match. So this one actually has 3 lines of symmetry because the shape that can move around. So I'm going to actually have 3 lines. One from top to bottom here, here, and here. So there are 3 lines of symmetry. That one's a little hard to see. Okay, in our hexagon, this one has a lot more than meets the eye. So I see that there's one here, if I drew a line right down the middle. Then this side matches, they mirror each other, be a good word to use, they mirror each other. So there's 1. If I go here, there's 2. Now usually people only say 2, but if I move this shape, I have a new line of symmetry. So there's, now I have 4. I'm going to show you without moving it too here in a second. 5, 6. So without moving it, we have 1 here, 1 from this corner to this corner, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The way to do symmetry is you really have to tilt your head around and move your head and kind of like look upside down to see, because you can't always move this shape like I just did with my fingers. You have to kind of tilt your head. Let's look at another one. Ooh, the square. So I see with the square, I could do a line of symmetry right down here down the middle, because that side would meet that, match that side. Right in half, there's 2, and you can even go corner to corner. This is one we're going to use paper to fold on Wednesday when we were doing our Google Meet. So there's 2, and then this corner to this corner would be 3. If you're watching the video, your secret word is going to be frosty. So if you message me the word frosty, I know you've watched this video. And this is pretty tough stuff. Symmetry, it's easier if you have stuff in your hand and you have the materials. Doing it in a video I think is going to be quite difficult, but we're going to do the best we can. And we'll do Google Meet so I can help you with it, okay? So I got 1, 2, because that top half would match that bottom half. 3, so imagine that I'm drawing a line on this. And then 4. All right, one more shape that we're going to look at. I'm going to even try to find videos too that show you how to do symmetry to help you out with it a little bit. I think this is kind of hard. A little harder than I was planning it out to be in my head. Okay. So I could do a line right here. 1, 2. Now if I folded this way, if I was able to fold this point would be like way over here. They wouldn't overlap just right. So there would only be 2 lines of symmetry on this. Okay, so your assignment today is going to be deciding if the shapes have symmetry. Just imagine that imaginary line down the middle, and if it can fold perfectly over the other side. So let me show on a whiteboard again. So with the square, if I were to draw a line right here, I see that this side matches that side. So that is a line of symmetry. I see, if I drew a line here, this matches that. Here you can see that these are matching of one another. And if you drew one there, these are matching of one another. So there's 4 lines there. Okay, so symmetry, you're folding it. I suggest joining the Google Meet if you can. If you can't join it, you need to watch the video of the Google Meet. All right.